Alright, hello, my name is Brian Dumagina, and I'm from Manila, Philippines. And this lesson is for week 1 of Introduction to Music Production at Coursera.org. And I chose to talk about microphone basics. Alright? Okay, right now, you're actually listening to this baby right here, the long shotgun condenser microphone by Rode NTG3, and it's usually used if you need to capture high quality audio for broadcasting purposes like TV and film, right? If you look at the frequency response, it's actually pretty much flat across the frequency spectrum, and it rolls off around 80 hertz, and it's a bit accentuated at 10 kilohertz. The polar pattern is actually supercardioid. It's very directional, and actually if you notice, if I move a bit away from the source or from the direction it's recording, sound quality changes. And the way it's used in live applications is it's usually connected to a shock mount because you can't handle it by hand. It's very sensitive to vibrations, and shock mount is usually connected to a boom pole. Boom pole is held by a boom man. It's held overhead, out of frame, on top of an actor or a talent. Every time they deliver dialogue, as long as it's directed to the mouth or to the chest area, it's going to capture that dialogue. All right, let's move on to the next mic. All right, the next mic is actually this small pencil condenser microphone by Behringer. This is the C2 pencil mic, and we usually use this to record instruments. We either mic up the amplifier of a guitar or a synthesizer in the studio, or sometimes in live applications we also do that to connect it to the mixer board to be amplified via the PA system. And if you look at the frequency response curve, pretty much flat too, and it has a low cut filter that you can engage around 300 hertz. And as you can see, anything above 10 kilohertz, it's a bit attenuated. All right, and you can hear that the quality is different too. It's also a cardioid polar pattern, very directional. So you want to point the front of the mic to the source that you're recording. All right. Yeah, let's move on to this other mic. Alright, the next mic is actually a Diaphragm condenser microphone by AKG C3000B. Also another very sensitive mic. We use this to record spoken word, or if we need to voice over anything on certain types of media. It can be used to record vocals too, and live instruments like guitars. If you look at the frequency response, it's pretty much flat around 500 hertz to 60 hertz when it starts to roll off. It also has a low cut filter that you can engage on the mic. A low cut filter starts around 500 hertz. And as you can see, it has a small dip at the 2 kilohertz, and it's a bit accentuated somewhere around the 6 to 10 kilohertz. And it is a cardioid mic, okay, the polar pattern. It's a good idea to record when you're recording something using this mic is to talk to the face of the mic. If I actually turn it, you can see the quality of my voice also changes, but it also records still good sound. All right, let's move on to the last mic. All right. As you can see, the last mic is a dynamic mic, so I only talked about two kinds of mics, a condenser mic and a dynamic mic, which is a commonly used types of microphones out there. And this is a Samson R21. It's usually used for live applications. And well, if you do enjoy the quality, you can always use it to record sound too. Very rugged construction. If you look at the frequency response, at 1000 hertz, it starts to roll off, so it's not that flat. And around 8 kilohertz, it's also accentuated. And it is a very tight unidirectional microphone. And if you turn it around, you'll definitely not hear what I'm trying to say. So there you go. So hopefully you guys learned something. from these microphones, and hopefully I was able to increase your knowledge regarding microphone types, polar patterns, and frequency response. Feel free to comment on my video. See you next time.